I'm Adelaine and I'm going to be posting sometimes on Saturdays. Hello, Internet Potatoes! I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys. By the way, if you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe to Internet Potatoes and check out everyone else's videos. Everyone here on this channel is so amazing and you should totally support them because I love them so much. It's all my beautiful adelangels. This week is story time week. Drop the phone. I'm Tana Mojo. Well, I pretend to be because I love her so much. I'm gonna tell you a story time about how Mia and I had to cancel our tour date and we slept at an airport for a night. So let's start from the beginning. So we, obviously you guys know, Mia and I go touring every single weekend and it's on Saturday and Sunday. But like we were so especially excited for this one because it was Boston and Buffalo, sick places to tour at, and they had like really good, like a lot of people bought tickets for the shows and we were just super hyped about it because we haven't toured in like literal like months. Like we haven't met you guys and I feel like my heart is like so empty when I'm not like touring and meeting people and I feel like I have no purpose. So we go to Boston and that show was amazing. Like there were so many people, the audience was so hyped and we got so many amazing hugs and we got gifts. It was just so much fun. The audience was so fun. We got popcorn. It was actually a movie theater and they turned it into like a stage for us and it was like, I think it was like the sickest venue ever. It was so much fun. Anyways, so after Boston, we were so excited for Buffalo the day after. So we already know like the weather's like really bad in Buffalo, but Charlotte, it's not gonna be so bad, like it's gonna be okay. So as long as we get through Buffalo, we're gonna be okay in Charlotte because basically we had a connecting flight from Boston to Charlotte and Charlotte to Buffalo. So it was a super weird connecting flight because you literally go like this and it's like it made no sense. We go on our flight from Boston to Charlotte and well, while we're getting ready, we're like 3 hours early. We knew that the weather is gonna be terrible, so we came super early. We were always watching the monitors, making sure our flights weren't delayed because we only had like a 40-minute window from when our flight landed and we needed to get on the other flight. It wasn't delayed for like the longest time. We ate food and then we boarded the plane and then we stood on the tarmac, I think that's what it's called. Like we were in the plane and we were sitting on the tarmac for like an hour. So we were like, okay, by this time we're not gonna catch our flight and we're just like screwed. So we were just like praying that our second flight was delayed because you know American Airlines, always delayed, always reliable. I hate American Airlines. I wrote a literal diss track and I'm gonna maybe put on my YouTube channel. Me and Mia sleep the entire flight and we land in Charlotte and it turns out every single flight in Charlotte was completely canceled because of the weather. But like Charlotte wasn't even that bad. Like compared to Boston, it wasn't even like that bad. And I don't know, it was just like super weird that they canceled all of their flights. It was crazy. So obviously all of the flights are canceled, so you'd imagine the customer service line to be long. Take what you think and double it. The line, seriously, like there was like the normal line where it would go like this and then it went out and then it went all the way down. It went through multiple gates. That's how long the line was. You could see on my Snapchat, it was like insane. The line took like 1.5 hours to 2 hours to get through and we already rebooked our flights. We were like, there's no possible way for us to get to Buffalo. And like, I was so upset. We like tried everything. I was like, we can rent a car. But it was like late at night. It was snowing. Like who would have driven in the snow? We didn't really have time because it was like from Charlotte to Buffalo. So it was insane. So we came to the fact that we had to cancel that tour date and Mia and I were like so upset about it. So we just booked a flight to LA and obviously we couldn't leave that night because they canceled all of the flights, American Airlines. Well actually it was Charlotte. The main reason why we were in that 2-hour line is so that we can get a hotel and sleep tonight. So we wait in this 2-hour line and we're like, okay, we already booked our flights to Los Angeles. This is what we tell the lady. when we get to the front. She prints out our boarding passes because we just have it on our phones. And she was like, okay, anything else you guys want? We were like, yeah, is there any way that you guys can possibly get us like a hotel, because we should have been in Buffalo, but all of the flights got canceled, so now we're just going to home, which is LA. And she was like, no, it's out of our control. The weather is out of our control, so we can't buy you any flights. And we were like, we stood in this 2-hour line for nothing. We could have been sleeping at this time, like just at the airport. And she was like, don't worry, you don't need a hotel. It's only a few hours until your flight boards. But in reality, it was literally like 7 hours until our flight boards. And we were like, well then how do we get our bags? Because we checked our bags, obviously. And she was like, your bags are gonna go to Buffalo because that's what their tag says. And we were like, I was chill at the moment, but like now thinking back at it, I'm like, like what? They didn't give us anything. They were like, don't worry, you can sleep at the airport. So Jen got a notification on her phone. Jen's our tour manager, and she was like, oh, I got a notification on my phone. It says that our bags were dropped off. So the lady obviously didn't know what she was talking about. So we exit. You know how there's like a plane area with all the gates, and then there's like security, and then there's like the outside area where you can pick up your bags, you can check in and like stuff like that. So we leave the airport area and we go out and like the pick up your bag area, and we look for our bags, and it turns out that they aren't releasing our bags, and the notification was wrong, American Airlines. And we tried to go back into the normal airplane spot because they had like food there, they had like tons and tons and tons of chairs there to like sleep on or something like that. And it turns out that security wasn't open until 4 in the morning. We had to sleep outside, like a murderer can like walk into that area. We were at the check-in place. There were maybe like 10 chairs, and like they were all full because like everyone got out to pick up their bags, I guess. So everyone was outside. Like imagine all of the flights that got canceled. Everyone was outside. Nobody had hotels because everyone loves American Airlines. Mia and Jen and I set an alarm on our phone for 3:30, but I was like, there's really no point in me sleeping because I'm just gonna sleep on like the 5-hour flight to LA. So I stayed up all night and I was reading this book. I was reading that book, and it was 3:30 and they all woke up and they were like freezing cold. Like I'm like, thankfully I'm like used to like cold weather because Canada. So they were freezing cold. Mia literally gave Jen like a, you know those hot pocket things that you use when you're like snowboarding? She gave it to her so she can like put it in her hands and her pockets because she was like so freezing. And I think at one point a lady from an airline or something like that gave away like blankets and pillows, but like it was like crazy. It was like so cold and like it was so bright. There was like, how are you supposed to sleep? We wake up at 3:30. At 4 o'clock, we go through security, and we're literally like zombies. We're like, take off your belt. So we go through security, and we just like chill in the airport area. I know it's fine. And Starbucks opened at 6 in the morning, and I was like, praise Jesus Christ, I love Starbucks. And I got my espresso pumpkin spice latte, and I was feeling great. And I was like, I just need to like stay awake until the plane comes so I could just like knock out once the plane comes. So I did that. We boarded the plane, and everyone was dead. Everyone had slept at the airport because American Airlines didn't spend no money on us, don't care about us. So everyone was dead. We all fell asleep on the airplane. So we land, we go to pick up our bags, and guess what? They're in Buffalo! Our bags are in Buffalo. Like, can we have them? And it literally took them like 1 to 2 hours to be like, and I guess it said, like, we got a piece of paper and it said, like, your bags will probably be delivered within the next 24 hours. I come to my apartment, I do my stuff, I do whatever, and guess what? 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 days later, they did not deliver them at all. My tour manager literally had to go to American Airlines and be like, yo, it's been like 3 days. We needed our stuff. Like, Mia had all of her makeup in it, Jen had all of the tour stuff, like the banners and stuff, and I had just like my clothes. And they were like, it's at the warehouse. And we're like, why is it at the warehouse? Why isn't it at, like, it's been 3 days? So Jen drives to the warehouse, and just to like, there's like a gazillion of the bags. She said that there were at least like 400 bags that she had to sort through, and she found hers, she found Mia's, but she couldn't find mine. So apparently mine was like literally all the way at the end of the corner, and since mine's like a little carry-on, like you see like right there, it was like hidden with all the big luggages. So now I bring you to today. I got my luggage today. That was the time that we had to cancel our tour because of flight and the time that we had to sleep in an airplane. I'm so dramatic. I hate myself. I tried to make interesting story time. You're probably gonna hate me by the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it was entertaining, and I hope that you watch my vlog. I vlogged it, so you should check it out on my Adelaine's camera roll. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful, magical, wonderful day. And my tip of the day would be to never book American Airlines ever again. And I'm such a hypocrite. I'm probably gonna fly with them a million times because companies always book me with them. Never fly with American Airlines, and if you want to do something, do it yourself. So I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye! Subscribe to